time to hang it up? Is it time to hang it up? Because it seemed like every time, it seemed like her recent matches or what have it just seemed like it's just, I mean, it's just a constant struggle, man. It's not there anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just not there.
Who are we to say? That's her decision. You know, and all athletes, you know, once you hit that 40 mark, you know, aside from Tom Brady, maybe a couple others, you know, and this is with the best medical attention, with the best food, the best exercise. You know, sometimes you slow down, but who are we to say? If she want to keep going, let her keep going, in my humble opinion. And I got this on right now. Yep, so 3-1.
Okay. So this is what I got to say about it, Fredo.
Okay.
First of all, her resume speaks for itself, right? Facts. It speaks for itself. She's not playing for her legacy or anything like that. That's already stamped. All right. She got 7 world titles, Grand Slams. She got 5 Wimbledons, 2 U.S. Opens, and several other second place finishes in Grand Slam tournaments.
In 4 decades.
Yep, and she's already one of the top 5 greatest female tennis players to ever play the game. All right. We all know her greatness was cut short due to illness and injury. We know this. And when she took ill years back, it was already stated that they didn't know if she would be able to even return to tennis. But she did what she had to do. She worked hard. She got herself back on her feet, and she came back to playing tennis. And she stated this, I don't know how many years ago, but it's been a while now. She stated that she's going to play tennis until she physically can't play anymore because she just loved playing. She loved playing the game. It's not about her winning matches and winning championships. It's just about her playing the sport, and she loves the game. You know what I'm saying? So, and she gets to play it on the highest level. She's traveling all around the world playing against the best competition. So let that woman live. Y'all looking at it from the perspective that you want to see her win tournaments and matches and stuff like that.
I want to see her compete, man.
But those days are over. She's doing it for her joy, for her own personal thing. It has nothing to do with winning matches and winning championships no more. She had a health scare where she didn't even know if she would be able to play again. So now she's going to be able to play for the rest of her life just out of the joy. It's probably therapeutic for her. She's been number 1 in the world in singles. She's been number 1 in the world in doubles. She don't have nothing to prove to you or nobody else. She's out there just doing her thing, having fun. So when you say it's time for her to hang it up, hell no, it's not. It's time for her to hang it up when she's ready to.
Okay, so you'll make that same argument if it was Michael Jordan or you know what I'm saying, or you know, or Tom Brady or what have you, that just continue to hang on, although they have all the accolades and everything, you know what I'm saying, that you can ever want from an athlete standpoint, but they keep hanging on. But does this apply to? This doesn't apply to her like we talk about Jordan or LeBron or anybody else that used to play at a high level, and you know what I'm saying, and they're not playing at a high level anymore.
But you looking at it from your perspective as a fan, what you want to see. You got to look at it from their lenses. If they want to play until they 80 years old because they love to play that sport and it's therapeutic for them and that brings them enjoyment in their life, let them people live.
What you got? Oh,
she looked terrible. And I hear everything that Kobe's saying. He is 100% right. But I'm also 100% right at letting you know that she looked terrible, and I have no problem. Let me finish. I'll let you talk. Let me finish. I have no problem with her doing what she want to do. She can continue to keep playing as she should for what she did for the sport. But don't. Let's be honest. You got to look at her and see some of the stuff, the people that she's losing to, and how she's losing. It's not even competitive. And last time I checked, they got a seniors tournament. Her ass going to senior tournament, like, but she looked bad, bro. She looked bad. And if I'm her friend, and I care about her, I'm telling her to her face, hey, listen, I embrace the passion that you have for the game. I have that same passion for football. I wish I could go out there and do some of the things, whatever the case may be. But what I'm telling you is sometimes as a player, sometimes you don't know. And if she got that team around her, like Mills said, a great team and stuff like that, whatever the case may be, it's your job to let her know, hey, just letting you know, you right. You have every right to go out there and compete and play or whatever the case may be. But you look bad. You look bad. And I don't like to see you like that. I had to turn it off yesterday. I had to turn it off. You look like somebody auntie out there playing.
Me too, man.
Like that. I had to turn it off.
It was disgusting.
The girl did a drop shot and how she ran to the ball. I was like, I don't want to. That's not the Venus that I want to remember in watching. So I chose to turn it off. That's my personal preference. And in my personal preference, I don't want to see Venus like that.
And I get it. And you have the right to have that opinion. But like I said, that's coming from a fan's perspective. You got to look at it from her lens. She's able to go out there healthy and play matches and have fun, not have the pressure even trying to win matches and tournaments anymore. You think she don't know?
I agree with you.
You think she knows?
We wasting airtime. I agree 100% with you. If I could do it, I would do it too. But what I'm telling you is,
what are we talking about then?
That don't mean she don't look bad. She
but
look bad.
Do she look like Kobe? Do she look bad out there? Do she look bad out there to you?
How does she look?
Kobe,
how she look?
That's not the debate. The debate not if she looked good on the court or not. The debate was
she drop out right now. Should she
hang it up when she's ready to hang it up.
Right.
Whether she look good, bad, or average, she
100%.
can keep playing until she's 1,000 years old.
100%. Let her.
Mills and Cobra. Okay, we got that. To you in your eyes, from your lens,
still making money.
No, from your lens. Does she look bad?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm talking about from tennis. You know, she made the second most money in tennis history, only behind her sister.
Absolutely, bro. I'm happy, bro. I want her to get all the money in the world.
If anybody got the right to go out there and look bad, it's her.
100%.
If she want to go out there and she knows she's not half of what she used to be, that's her prerogative. Let that woman have her enjoyment playing tennis at the top level. She don't want to play on the seniors tour. She want to.
Does she look bad to you too? Does she look bad to you too? Watching her.
She been looking bad for years.
Okay.
She been looking bad for years, but what that got to do with her still wanting to play?
No, you're right, bro. I should have rephrased the question.
We're waiting for you. Just dropped it.
He said she been looking bad for you.
Supposed to drop a bomb on that one.
Be injured, and she is still injured. Y'all know last week. Was it last week?
Hey, Mills.
Last week she dropped out.
If you're playing. If you're playing, you're playing. We're not using the injury card.
Not using it as an excuse. However, she happens to be, and she wanted to. She left that so she could prepare for this.
So you're gonna let somebody from your Cowboys say, "Oh, well, he got beat for 2 touchdowns, so he's injured." If he's out there, he's out there. There ain't no injury.
But if you playing football,
y'all talking about how awful she looked. I mean, and she's injured.
Well,
so
she looked that way before. She looked that way before she was injured. Mills.
I'm not wasting no more time talking about that performance yesterday. So I'll let y'all three talk that. And when y'all bring up the next topic, let me know. She looked awful. And that's my opinion.
But listen here though.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how she look. It doesn't matter how she playing. She loves going out there to play the game. If she plays basketball or football, that'll be different because if her skills declined and she couldn't do it anymore, she wouldn't be out on the field or the court. She'd get cut or whatever. She wouldn't be on the team anymore. This is an individual sport, and she's still good enough to make a 64-woman bracket in the Grand Slam tournament. It's girls 19, 20 years old.
Let me ask you something, Cole. Can I ask you? Well, I ain't even gotta ask you. You're gonna be honest. Can I ask you a question? If Venus Williams didn't have that statue and she wasn't Venus Williams, who she was, do you think she still make that 64?
Yeah, because you got to qualify to get in there.
Okay.
Because she barely made the cut in one of these tournaments. She barely made the cut. I don't know if it was the U.S. Open, but it was one of these Grand Slam tournaments that she barely made the cut.
But guess what? She did.
Yeah. Hey,
She's
look at
playing on the biggest stage
Right.
in professional tennis.
I
Why
got
can't we why can't we celebrate that? Why we got to be talking about her hanging it up or how bad she looked?
because just like what O said, man. Like I said, we got so much love and respect for her, so much, man. We just hate to see her go out like that. That's all. That's all. It's just our opinion from that.
But she going out the way she want to go out on her own terms. So why should our opinion don't matter?
It don't.
Okay. It doesn't.
You're right. It don't.
It doesn't.
We ain't getting none of that prize money.
Nah, you're right about that. Hey, to all the viewers and listeners out there, question of the day: is it time for Venus Williams to retire? We want to know. Make sure you comment in the comment section below. Look at on another note.
Fredo, all the viewers and listeners who say yes, it is time for her to hang it up. I bet can't none of y'all beat her in the match. 100% guaranteed. So shut the hell up.
I might can't beat her, but I bet y'all look better than her moving around. Shit.
Hey man, I might put my money on Mills right now, man. I think Mills right now.
Don't put your money on this.
With one leg.
Crazy. I bet you I'm gonna look better than what she looked like.
On another note, man. Let's look at we got some controversy or slight controversy. I don't know, man. Look here, Olympic track
from Alexandria, man, talking like that, man. What's wrong with her, man? Look at Alexandria people, bro.
Look at man. I don't know
where you was born and raised, Negro.
That's right. There you go.
You better claim it. You better claim it.
Mills, I don't need to claim it. Mills, I don't need to claim it, sweetheart. It's known all around the world with me, sweetheart. It's all around the world with me. You better claim it. You better claim it.
I'm good.
Me too.
Look here. Agree or disagree with Noah Lyles' comments about the NBA?
I'll let Kobe do that.
Agree, 100%. Agree. But before we get into this, I just want to say no, just real shit. I just want to say that I tip my hat to him for his performance last week. He came home with 3 gold medals, 100, 200, and a 4x100 relay. Hey, look, nobody did that since Boat did it, 05 or something like that? I can't remember, but it's been a while, 2015 something, I don't know. But
absolutely. But shout out to him and Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, he showed his ass. He showed off. So he's definitely the top guy in the sport right now. And he's the fastest man in the world. And he's Alexandria bred. Well, not bred, but we adopted him.
Yeah.
That part.
Oh, he's not from Alexandria?
No, he's originally from Florida.
Okay. I didn't even know that, man. This is breaking news. I didn't even know that. I thought he was from Alexandria.
Yeah, okay. He came here, 9th grade, Mills?
I don't know if it was that. May have been a little bit earlier than that, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So to the question about the comment he made, I think it's 100% fact, and I think the reason why everybody got their feathers all ruffled was because of the way he said it. I really think it was the delivery. Because when I watched the press conference, when he said it, I even cringed. I'm like, oh, shit. But then when you think about it, you like, but he's right. Because the NBA is an American professional league, right?
Right.
It's American. It doesn't matter how many international players that's in that league. It's still an American league. So when you win it, you should be the NBA champion, right? So how can you be the world champion winning the NBA championship when we got Team USA playing right now for the gold? So when they win it, they'll be world champions. So how can they be world champions and the NBA and the Denver Nuggets be world champions too? That just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Because they're competing against top athletes all across the world. The NBA is a melting pot of players on one team. You got international players, you got American players, everybody mixed on one team. So it's not like you're competing against other countries. Everybody's just mixed in it together. That's the same if the track and field decided to have a league, the track and field association, and then they had teams all across the major cities like the NBA do, and then they have a team with Noah Lyles and Usain Bolt and Sha'Carri Richards, everybody on the same team. Somebody, a marathon runner from Kenya, everybody on the same team, and they win a championship, and they say they're the world champions. No, you won this league that is a United States league. You know, when the Euro League plays and the Euro League, and you get a championship in the Euro League, they call themselves the Euro League champion. They don't say they're the world champions. They got more of a right to say they're world champions than the NBA because they're actually playing against every country in the world except for USA and Canada. You know what I'm saying? In the Euro League. But even and you know, I heard some pushback where the players say, well, the NBA is the best league in the world, and somehow brightest and best stars are from other countries. You know what I'm saying? I get that. However, they don't have to compete against other countries, one another. I know NBA is the best league in the world. It's already proven. They rank one, Spain ranked second. I get that. However, soccer or football is the number one sport in Europe, right? That's the best league you can play in. Even when they win their championship, they don't call themselves world champions.
I feel like that's the number one sport in the world.
In the world.
Right. Soccer.
Right.
But when they win it, they don't call themselves world champions. They call themselves whatever that soccer league called. They call it the champion of that league. So, you know, and I get what the NBA doing is all a part of their branding. Their branding is global. Right. And when you say world championship, that's why they trying to reach the masses. It's all about marketing and stuff. But realistically speaking, they're not world champions.
Okay. What you got? What you got, Mills?
Totally agree with what Kobe said. Actually articulated that pretty well, even down to the branding. It's branding that says world champions for the NBA. And that's just how they do. But I agree with Noah. Again, I think whenever you have somebody speaking their piece, their truth, and when you feel slighted because he did one of these numbers, he was like, the world, you know, not the world. Right. He did the, you know, and that's always the little people, you know, especially for us, we'd be like, oh, for real, you trying to joke us. And I think that's how they took it. It was tone. It was how he delivered it. And they, you know, but I mean, I think even Nelly, I was like reading comments like, y'all back up off him. If you really sit and think of what he said, it's true. It's not, they just felt like the way he said it disrespected them. But right. No, yeah, you are an American league that has international players with world branding. He goes to different countries. He runs in the States, and there are track clubs in different states. But you are competing against world athletes. So no problem with what he said.
Okay. What you got? Oh,
nothing at all. Just didn't like his delivery. I thought his delivery could have been a little bit better. Nothing at all. I have no comment.
Okay. Hey, man, you know, from my 2 cents, like I said, I definitely agree with all three of you. I know, like I said, I know you didn't say too much about it. I'm pretty sure, like you said, you agree with everybody else. But yeah, I agree with him wholeheartedly. The only look here, we as people, man, we got what you call selective hearing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we listen to what we think, you know, so we want to listen to. He said everything that he said was factual. It really was. And you know what I'm saying? I just think that people just took it out of context, especially a lot of NBA players, you know what I'm saying, and just took it to another extreme. But I do get what O was saying in terms of, yeah, he should have, you know what I'm saying, he should have, his delivery should have been, you know what I'm saying, a little better or what have you. So I definitely.
That he a grown man. You know what I'm saying? His delivery ain't had to be but what it was. That's how he wanted it to be. The way people took it is how people gonna take it. But he didn't have, I mean, I would never tell him, nah, go back and soften that up. Nah, say what you guys say and stay.
Well, I'll tell you this. What I respect about him the most is he didn't run away from it. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say, bro?
He stood on that.
Yeah, he stood on that. So I mean, you got people such as Drake and Katie and you know what I'm saying, and you know all these other NBA cats just going at him and stuff like that. You know, I mean, Devin Booker saying he can beat him in a 200 relay. I'm like, hold up, man, slow your roll, Devin. You ain't about that track life. Slow your roll, bro. Don't have you one hell of an NBA player, but you beating him on a in a 200-meter track race. I don't think that's happening at all. You know.
And what was funny, KD was the first one to kind of come out and say something, but look at all the dumb shit KD done said over the years. Come on, man. I mean, it's you got a camera in front of you, some stuff gonna come out your mouth. But at the end of the day, what he said, where's the lie?
Yeah, I look at it. Yeah, I agree, man. It's just like I said, it was just a hot button topic. I just wanted to get you guys' perspective on. But look at, man. Without further ado, man, look at, man, we got college football that's about to start. Well, actually, it started last week. Hey, shout out to Notre Dame, man. What? Whoa. Let me find out.
Slight work, bro. Slight work, bro. Don't.
Well, hey, man, they put it.
We ain't talking about that. Slight work, bro.
Hey, Notre Dame was putting in that work.
I see you and Shine ain't respond to my text too. Y'all some haters, man. I
didn't know Notre Dame had a game last week. I thought Notre Dame first game was this week.
No, you.
Yeah, man. They played in Dublin, Ireland last week against Navy, man, and
I didn't see that. Maybe they was over there with the track guy from TC.
They might have been because they played their first game in Ireland, you know, around the world.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I don't get that channel, bro. 4, 5, 7, and 9, bro.
I know that.
Rabbit ears. He still got the rabbit ears.
Oh no! When we was growing up, the only channel we had was Channel 4.
No
he know about it.
Yeah, that's right. You know Notre Dame was on that joint 24/7. You damn right.
What you say? Channel 50.
Channel 4.
Oh yeah, 4, 20, 50.
Yeah, WDCA.
5, 7, and 9.
Look, and this with the pliers. This with the pliers.
Hey, let me ask you a question, bro.
On the antennas.
Let me ask you a question.
Little TV on the big TV.
Yeah. Hey, give me your final four. Give me your final four college football playoff predictions this year, bro.
Alabama, Ohio State. Alabama, Ohio State. That's a tough one. Alabama, Ohio State, USC.
Stealing my thunder.
USC, and I think USC gonna sneak in there, and I don't know. I think the SEC might get 2. I don't know what that second. I need to watch a few games before but I definitely like those 3. I think USC is gonna be because they got a good schedule. But I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna be okay. I think USC is gonna be okay, and I think Caleb Williams is gonna show that it wasn't a fluke what he did last year. And they got some. That boy number 1 is a monster.
Zachary.
Ooh, man.
Woo, man.
How was he playing in high school last year?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. He's the truth. So
yeah, he is. He is him.
Yeah,
he is him.
USC I think they're gonna be in that top one of those teams and make the playoff. That 4th team, I don't know. I think that's a throw up.
Okay, what you got, Cobra?
Well, I'm biased. I always keep one slot for my mob, and I know it might not be realistic, but
Baltimore.
Always keep a slot for Notre Dame. Always. Hey, look, but the other 3, I got Georgia. I think Michigan going to do it this time, and I got USC. And my sleeper team for that 4th spot is LSU.
Oh my God, you're killing me. That's my list.
Okay. I ain't mad. What you got, Mills?
This will be the first year that I don't. My sleeper team, my slot that I hold out, like he keeps Notre Dame, is always Ohio State. My heart is in Ohio State. At Ohio State. However, last year I'm gonna keep with my trend. USC. I feel like the title gonna go north this year. I'm gonna say Michigan. I'm gonna go Michigan. I'm gonna stay with Georgia. I don't know if that's 3 or 4 or 5. My outside
Three.
team is LSU. So
Okay.
let me say Georgia, Michigan is who I'm saying is gonna sneak up for the title. I'm gonna say Michigan, Georgia, not Ohio State, USC for sure, and LSU.
We're gonna be LSU on Sunday. Y'all make sure y'all tune into that.
Bro, you know all those that's my anniversary. I'm gonna try to tune in one way or the other.
Nice.
It probably be by my phone, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to tune in on that, man. I'm gonna try. That's keyword try.
And I hope we watching it together like last year because that was a beautiful thing.
It was, but absolutely not this year. No way.
Hey,
Florida State got a big promise though. They preseason number 7 this year.
But they deserve to make a good comeback.
Yeah, I like that quarterback.
But I think they got to take another step before they're ready for the show. Because I was looking at the rankings and they show like what they did last year and what bowls each team won. And everybody played in some pretty prestigious bowls. And then I looked at Florida State, they won a Cheez-It Bowl. So, you know, yeah.
So that's why I didn't pick them. That's why I didn't pick them, cuz. Okay. I'm not like you. So you pick
Mills. What are your expectations out of what are your expectations from Deion Sanders this year, Colorado?
I like to take a wait and see. I'm excited. I think everybody wants to see, you know, if he comes out the gate, if he wins his first game, that's great. But I don't know what the chemistry is. You know, he's tried to plug some holes and, you know, make it his team, make it his look. I hope that they have bought into his system, the community wide of that school. So we'll see. I'm excited. I wish him the best. When he left Jacksonville, was it Jackson State? Mm-hmm. Sorry, Jacksonville was on my mind, but
he looked good last weekend.
Jackson State.
They looked good.
Yeah. When he left, remember we left the show talking about, you know, whether he should have left, was this disrespectful? He threw, and we were, I think most of us was like, nah, do your thing. You know, it was never going to be, you know, a lifetime. I set them up. I networked. I got them the pub they needed. I love them. I'm moving to my next feast.
Right. You're right.
I hope they do well.
All right. What you got? Oh,
I think they're gonna definitely cover the spread. The spread is 20. I think they have a chance to go in there and surprise TCU. TCU has to get their quarterback playing. They're gonna lose a lot with their quarterback. They had a slot wide receiver that they lost. That was a big time slot receiver. And Deion Sanders got some real live. I don't want to say the word ninjas, man. He got some real live ninjas that from all over in that transfer portal. Now the thing about it is, how they gonna look up front, right? He built from out. See, Deion did it different. Most people build from from inside out. He went from outside in. So you can have all the receivers, running backs, or whatever, but if they don't, it start with the big fellas up front. And that's what I'm interested in seeing. They do have a couple guys that transferred in. They do have a big time defensive tackle that's there. I'm anxious to see what he's going to do, and I'm also with Travis Hunter, or the wide receiver that transferred from, I think it was UCF or one of those schools down in Florida, is going up against one of the top corners at TCU. TCU has a corner that's ranked in the top 5, top 10 corners for next year's draft. So I'm interested in seeing how that matchup is going to play. But
that's what Damian Thompson nephew, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, one of the top corners.
In seeing how they do. But I made a little small bet with a couple friends that bet a cigar that Colorado's going to go in there and maybe try to upset them boys. So it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay. What you got, Cobra? What are your expectations?
I think they definitely will change that program around. I think they'll look much better than what we've seen Colorado in the past 5-10 years or so. I think a great season for them is by the end of the year if they crack the top 25.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
They only won one game last year, so if they finish 500, I mean, they headed the right direction, right? They won 100%. One game. Yeah, 100%. They won one game. So
okay. Kobe, give me some sleeper teams that possibly make noise this year.
Penn State's supposed to be good this year. So Penn State could surprise both Ohio State and Michigan in that Big Ten matchup. So I think we should be looking out for them. Utah is always a threat.
I like that quarterback.
Tennessee still has a strong team, you know. So
Milton.
yeah, so those are like sleeper teams that could upset one of the big dogs and put themselves in position to make a playoff run. And then I would say my last team would be Clemson, because we kind of forgot about Clemson, but they're still there. They just hovering around, you know what I mean? And they have a strong team coming into.
Yeah, they got a nice quarterback in the club. Yeah,
yeah,
right. Okay, hey Mills, do you have any sleeper teams? And in terms of like I said, who can make some noise this year?
All right, so I'm gonna go from worst to best. So
Okay.
I'm gonna throw some coins to Tulane Green Wave. Was it a fluke or not? You know what I'm saying? How they ended
Good
that,
one.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna throw some coins. That's on the lower end. Working my way up, I always love Kansas State. Like always got some dogs on their team.
Good one.
I'm ready for Texas to make a comeback, so I'm gonna go Texas. Why, you look like you was mad on that one, or you?
No, I'm not. That's no, Mills. That's a good one. We played them week 2. So
I also agree Penn State, you know, so we'll see. But Iowa too. Sorry, I'm gonna throw Iowa. I always love Iowa and Wisconsin. Like, okay, I'll stop.
Okay. What you got, old dog? Give me your sleeper team.
I like Florida State. I like Colorado, and I like Colorado. I don't agree a lot with everything that Deion does, but I'm really rooting for him. I'm rooting for him more now that he's him being at Colorado than when he was at Jackson State, because I really want to see him do well. I want him, his transition to do well, and I want him to show that he can compete on that Division 1A level. So I'm really rooting for them, and I think Clemson. I don't know if Mills said it or Kobe said it. Clemson. I think Dabo gonna get those boys back moving in the right direction. They got some talented wide receivers and they got a couple. Their defense is strong, so I'm anxious to see what they're gonna look like.
Okay. Is this a bounce back year for Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide?
Bounce back meaning?
Well, because I
don't think it's necessarily a bounce back year. I think Alabama just reloads.
Okay, gotcha.
I just think they got to reload, and they had a couple. Tennis. The games that they lost. It wasn't like you know what I mean. Yeah, it's like a field goal.
Let me rephrase that question. A bounce back year. A bounce back year for Nick Saban, Alabama Crimson Tide, in terms of making the Final Four college football playoffs. Because that's what they're known.
Yes, sir. Sure. Yeah, I think it depends a lot on their quarterback. They got that young boy, the quarterback. I forgot. He played, I think, once or twice. Once last year.
Milroe.
Yeah. So I think it depends on the quarterback play. So yeah, I think it all depends on the quarterback play, and I'm anxious to see what they look like. But as far as everything else, it's Alabama. So
yeah, I know Alabama didn't announce their lineup.
Yeah.
Not at all.
But from what I understand from just doing some reading is that they have a battle for who's going to be starting at quarterback this year. So it'd be interesting to see who gets that spot. I know it was a kid named Milroe and Ty Simpson.
Yeah, and then they got a freshman, Lonergan. You know what I'm saying? That has been impressive as well.
What's the last name?
Yeah, you absolutely wrong point.
Lonergan,
yes. No, not Lonergan that went to TC Williams. Not that Lonergan. Yeah, this is Lonergan that's from Louisiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was like went to Temple.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. Mills, what do you think? In terms of, like I said, is this
Alabama? You can't count them out. Like, they're gonna be up there. They will always have a. You'd be surprised if they weren't. Like, you can't. They too legendary. They got too much money. They got too much power. And like O said, they lock and reload. You know, it's still, if you ask any high school player and they want to go D1, if Alabama come a calling, that's where they want to go. So they
got you. Got you. Let me ask you this, Mills. Which college football coach is under the most pressure this year?
Notre Dame.
It's unfortunate. Yep.
My boyfriend.
Hey, that's a good one. Yeah.
Remember, was it about how many years ago that Florida State had a black coach? I can't remember.
Yeah, former Miami Hurricane player.
I can't think of his name, but you just always feel like it's a clock if you don't produce.
Well, you think they're gonna do him like they did Ty Willingham, Kobe? I mean, or Mills, both of you. Yeah, I think he's okay. I think he's safe there.
I don't. I think he is under the most pressure, and you just mentioned Ty Willingham. You see what happened to him when the last black coach that we had. I think he lasted 1 season, maybe 2 at the most.
Yeah,
and he was out of there.
Is that Texas? Who was Ty with?
He came from
Stanford. He came from Stanford and got the coaching job at Notre Dame, and he did well, if you ask me. And then he lost some players or whatever, and he didn't have a good second season, and they got rid of him without even flinching, without even thinking twice about it. So I think Marcus Freeman is in the same situation, because if he doesn't perform to Notre Dame standards, they're going to be looking for that next big name coach to come and take the helm.
Okay. What you got on that? Oh
no, I see that. I agree 100% with that. It's tough to coach at Notre Dame. I mean, obviously we know it's a different standard, man. Notre Dame football is big time football, and it's about wins all the time. And I truly believe he's. But I also think it's a hometown. I think the boy Loxley here at University of Maryland better get some wins this year.
Yeah.
Because you win in
five
games, and out of 5 games, you beat Howard, you beat Towson State, and then you go to a bowl because you beat Rutgers by 3. You know, even if he doesn't have. See, sometimes, you know, with whether it's Freeman or whatever, I think coaches sometimes you got to have some big wins, right? That'll help save your job. If you go upset a couple people, or win some games, or whatever the case may be, especially when you're young, you know what I mean? So I think if Notre Dame wins some of these big games, or if they're in the games and they're actually competing against the Ohio States and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be, I think it'll help him get another year or whatever. But Loxley, I think I think this year is going to say a lot about him, because now you've been there 4 years. It's time to. We need some signature wins here. We just barely getting to a bowl game. I don't think that's going to be good enough.
And because of that, do you think is he pulling the big names?
Good question.
I mean, he's got talent, but is he? You know what I'm saying? But not.
Is that Maryland Mills?
Yeah.
You know what the problem is, Mills and Fredro and Cole. It's the big boys. It's tough to be on the East Coast, right? And you here at Maryland, it's tough to go get those big boys, right? From the Midwest, because you playing.
Because everybody comes here to recruit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they come take all our skill guys, and they go all around the country, right? But them big boys, it's tough to get the big boys from all around the country to come to University of Maryland. They did a great job with finally, getting an indoor facility and getting everything done. But, I mean, it's just tough. It's tough to.
It's like they're close, because you're right. You see them against Ohio State last year, which they should have beat Ohio State. And I'm like, but it's just like a couple, plays here, a couple plays there,
No, I don't think they. What's the wording I want to look for? Ohio State wasn't playing up,
right? Because Ohio State was getting ready they looking at next week or whatever the case.
Good one, Mills. Good one, Mills. Yeah,
they call it a trap game. That's a trap game.
It's a trap game for sure.
Right. They could have got caught slipping, but they weren't.
100%. But you know what's crazy though? I would have loved to see Maryland go on the other side of the Big Ten bracket, so they didn't have to, so they can be on the Wisconsin side.
Me too, bro.
Like instead of playing against the Michigans and Ohio
Put them in
State,
there with Purdue.
yeah, put them on the other side. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
a Purdue.
yeah,
Yeah, Purdue, Iowa, and Northwestern,
yeah,
and
Northwestern
Illinois.
and all them. Yeah, Indiana. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guess what, guys? Speaking of that, let me get you guys' perspective in terms of thoughts about USC, UCLA, Washington, and Oregon joining the Big Ten Conference next year.
It's too big. Like, stop. Stay out there in Pac-Land. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, it's one of those things, Fred. It's just stay out there. It don't make sense. I mean, all of these even SEC,
Mills.
I know it's the broadcast dollars, but come on. And I like Washington. I like Washington State and Washington actually, but their programs. But still, What you got? Oh, what do you think? What did you think about those four teams from Pac-10?
I mean, Springs sort of touched on it a little bit there. You know, when we had him on the show a couple of weeks ago, it's all getting ready to move into sort of like the NFL. It's going to be the Big Ten and the Southeastern Conference, just like it's the AFC and the NFC.
Damn,
I think that's what it's going. I mean, you got my team, Florida State, talking about, man, look, you better back that Brinks truck up, or we leaving the ACC. You know, they talking about they want $300 million, and if we need it by next year, we are. So we want to go to the SEC. So I mean, I think it's getting ready to just be two big conferences, and I think everybody else will still have those smaller conferences, but I think it's getting ready to just be the Big Ten and the SEC. So
wow,
I don't have a problem.
I hate what's happened to ACC.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
money.
Like they are. I don't even.
Man.
Yeah,
I just love
ACC. They talking about picking up Stanford and California,
Who?
and I'm like, really? This is what we're doing now?
Who trying to pick up Stanford? ACC. Yeah, make it make sense.
Yeah, but it's all about this.
Put them in the biggies.
Yeah, what you got, Cobra? What you think?
Well, I think adding those teams definitely adds to the bravado of the Big Ten. You know, it does that. But the reason why I don't like it is because I like the tradition of college football. Yes. You know what I mean? And I like rivalry week. And I think that's going to tarnish that those rivalries that we used to love to see in years past. And, you know, the Pac-10, they always did their thing out there, and they had their rivalries out there with, you know, USC, UCLA, and the rest of those teams. And, you know, the Big Ten is when we think of Big Ten, we don't think of all these teams that they added. We think of Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, you know what I mean? And just adding these teams, it's just like it's just hard to keep up now. Like I know it's a money grab. I know why the moves are being made, but I think it just takes away from the overall competition and the tradition and the rivalries that we so used to seeing and loved.
Good point. Good point, bro.
Great point, Cole. Great point.
Well said.
Great point.
All three of you had great points in terms of this particular subject matter. All right, this is the final question, man, before we go ahead and head out for the night. Hey, I want, starting with you, Cobra, give me your top four Heisman finalists this year for the 2023-2024 college football season.
I'm not going to give you a top four. I'm going to just give you one. Quarterback from USC. Give it to him right now.
You think so?
DC, baby. Isn't that the kid?
Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Give it to him right now. Everybody else is going for second, third, fourth place. I mean, I know Sean had mentioned Harrison Jr., and I know he's the best wide receiver in all of college football, but they still have a question mark at quarterback. Somebody got to give him the ball.
Yeah, but USC got a question mark on defense. But again, he don't play defense, so I don't know if that watches itself out.
Hey, he gonna run it up.
Yeah. Okay.
You saw that shit he was doing last week?
I did. I was worried. I was not him. I was worried about USC for a minute, man. because I think they
he
played
look like,
against,
he
who
look
they
like
played?
Patrick
San
Mahomes
Jose
out
State.
there.
Yeah, San Jose State gave him some wreck in the beginning. So yeah, but I give him what you say, Oh,
I mean, you know, a lot of teams gonna be like that first week or
right.
whatever, because now everything is live. It ain't no more thud. It ain't no
Yeah.
more. You know, you've been tackling your boy, you tackling him and stuff like that, but you
Good
tackling him to make
perspective,
sure
man.
that he's not getting injured, right? Now all of a
Good
sudden
perspective.
everything is live, everything. So yeah, them first it took that first quarter took a little bit to get adjusted to, but
I didn't think about it that way too.
yeah,
That's
you know that yeah, for sure.
So yeah, what is give me your final four Heisman finalists? Oh,
Caleb Williams,
and Caleb.
and Caleb Williams. I think
Oh man,
I
damn,
think
Drake May. I'm sorry.
I think it's his to lose. But I tell you what, if that young man, his teammate, keep making plays like what he's doing, man, he might be in New York as well. Because that young freshman is very exciting.
Yeah.
I
He
think
give me a little bit of Reggie Bush vibes, a little
that's
bit.
what I was
Yeah,
getting ready to say. He is a Reggie Bush, but in a sort of like a Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, that
right?
Man, that's a hell of an analogy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Mills, you gotta check him out.
Yeah, I love the way he can start and stop. It's explosive, not afraid to go across the middle, catch the ball real well with his hands, all that. So, but once again, Caleb's gonna be throwing him the ball. So yeah, and as far as the Marvin Harrison thing goes, Kobe is 100% right on that. He got it. Yeah, it is. It's his high school quarterback, but we just talked about adjusting. It's one thing to come in, to get playing time doing mop-up duty. It's another thing to play against them when them live bullets and them dogs is in there and that game is on the line. And when that pressure hit, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. So, but I like Caleb Williams. I think it's Caleb Williams to lose.
Okay, Mills, go ahead, end it. Give us your final.
I hate the way his season ended last year. Like I remember sitting on my bed like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He's a hometown, but I'm gonna make a stretch and say because I met Marvin Harrison Jr.'s grandma, he's a dark horse.
Yes, we are.
There it is. But I don't care. They're always talented. It's a great event. I was able to attend draft weekend, Heisman weekend 2 years in a row, and it's fun. That's where I got to meet Tony Dorsett and all some heavy hitters. But good luck to them. They just got to put out. They got to put out this fall, and we'll see what happens.
All right. So who you guys looking forward to seeing this weekend? I mean, obviously we know what Notre Dame is playing. Who is Notre Dame playing, Cole?
Somebody weak.
Somebody weak.
Yeah, somebody weak. I can't remember offhand, but it's somebody that they should just roll over. It's like a tune-up game.
Probably Jacksonville State or something like that.
Somebody in that caliber.
Howard.
Matter of fact, it's Tennessee State.
Okay. Guess what? That's Keith Burns.
Eddie George and Keith.
Yeah. Keith Burns is assistant coach there.
At Jacksonville State?
No, at Tennessee State. At Tennessee State. Yeah.
Okay. And Eddie's the head coach, right?
Eddie George is the coach, and Keith Burns is the assistant coach, I think. But I think he coached special teams for that school as well. So yeah, look at Florida State got one job to do. Okay, they got. I need you guys to put that foot down on LSU, man. For real. I need LSU out of there this year, man. Because they got me nervous in the hook in church. Okay. Yeah, I need you to do some damage to LSU this weekend. Yeah, that's all I need to do. I'm not asking for too much.
We gotta go to work. I'm interested in seeing but I am interested in watching a young corner. They got not a young corner, but they got a corner at Penn State. That's Joey Porter win the second round, right? Okay. Got drafted to Pittsburgh Steelers. But this corner from Penn State, number 4. I ain't even gonna tell you his name. I guarantee he's a playmaker. He do punt returns as well. I
got my eye on him. What's his name?
I'm not.
Oh, you say you're not gonna tell us his name? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
There's no need to tell you his name. Wait, look, that's the good thing about football. Sometimes you don't know. It's like I didn't know anything about the young man from USC, but man, I sure did look him up after he did that kickoff return.
Yeah, and I put that clip up on the on Instagram, man.
Yeah.
I thought, I was like, man, this dude is quite impressive, man.
Who
He is
is
quite
this
impressive.
kid?
You can run jet sweeps. You can run jet sweeps with him. You can do a lot. I mean, he's just like a Swiss Army knife. But yeah, he's quite impressive, man. He's quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, look here, Mills. Go ahead and get us on out of here for tonight. Okay.
I ain't give my.
Huh?
Did I? Did
you? No, you didn't. No,
game. You ain't get my answer for that. I just want to wish that's all right. My 2 former students, good luck. One plays for Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
One plays for South Carolina. And,
he plays defensive tackle for Virginia Tech, right? And we had him.
And the other one is the new center for South Carolina. So
they play North Carolina.
I'm wishing on the high school level, my Freedom Eagles going to Richmond tomorrow to play Varana. Last week, they beat the boots off of Coolidge High School. Apparently, the kids was calling Freedom the ladies of Virginia.
They call them what they want.
And they got moved off. So I'm hoping for a repeat.
Yeah. Hey, man, that program.
They know when you talk about, I don't know if Daryl was on, when he was on here on my show, it was my show. I used to give him all titles, and I said, "Don't sweat the technique" was the title of that show. Like, I've never seen that on a high school level, how they teach them kids like that. And
no, he's legit, man. He's legit.
They got a Samoan kid from DeMatha. Transferred in. They play DeMatha next Friday. I'll be there. Y'all should be there too.
Yeah, where? And DeMatha, or they play in Freedom.
Freedom
next Friday.
Yep,
I'm there.
Who does Virginia Tech? Who do they start the season off with?
I don't even know. It's weak though. It's real weak.
That's a topic we need to talk about next time. How with so much talent in the Virginia area and Virginia Tech having the program that they used to have in the
Beamer, it seemed like when Beamer left, it just went downhill, man.
Yeah, man. And then you know they used to keep a corner going in the first.
Sure did, bro. They had a Fuller brother, didn't it?
Even before the Fullers, all 4 of them, even before the Fullers, though. Like the Ike Charltons, who I used to boogie with a little bit. We used to do our thing in Seattle, and then he came up top or whatever. But even D'Angelo Halls, and just even before then, man, they kept some. I don't understand, like, what is it about people, or why are they not going to Blacksburg like they used to, right?
True, man. They like, but
you got to find that out.
Oh, you said it. You said it, man. And either you said it or Mill said it. They got all these, and I don't know if one of you said it. They got all these other high-profile schools is coming in that, you know what I'm saying, that's coming in that market, man, plucking them players away, bro.
Yeah.
For real. 100%. So, I mean, that's just what it is.
My thing is, I don't know why I feel like I have a keen eye for talent with a lot of sports, but my whole thing, and I've never coached or anything like that, is about not, playing with no fear, right? Don't even talking to my students about, like, you got to have no fear. Don't ever come to the game thinking you're going to lose. Right. And, watching Virginia Tech, it's one of them. I'm like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they want to win, but it just doesn't feel that energy that you need, and my kid is one of those energy people. And I'm like, they're not matching his energy and his go get it.
Nah, they're not. Let me tell you something. That kid's going to do great things in life, period, whether it's in the NFL or whether it's outside the NFL. He's a quite impressive young fella, man.
What the sleeper could be, though. I ain't mean to cut you off. I know we got to get ready to go, Fredro, but what the sleeper could be, Mills and Cole and everybody listening, that NIL. See, it might be the Virginia Tech might not be setting it, because I know places like Wake Forest, they don't set up their players with NIL stuff. It has to be all outsourced, right? Whereas other schools like Clemson, they have a brand new studio set up for just getting NIL deals, podcast shows, and whatever. And they're encouraging that. They just built it. They showed, you can look it up online, and they just built that part. They added that part on to their already football facility. So I think that's something, man. We all might need to look into, see, like, man, what's really going on up there?
We're definitely, hey, bro, we definitely gonna touch up on that, man. We definitely gonna sit in the studio room and have a discussion and see how we want to go ahead and put that out there. Mills, go ahead and get us on out of here, sweetheart.
Hey, thank y'all for watching this. It's the No Cap Sports Show podcast. Another week, another great conversation. Let's see how this weekend will kick off NCAA football and see what happens. So, y'all, we'll see you next week. Peace.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
There are 4 fouls on the play. That's why it took so long. Running into the kicker, number 34 in the kick receiving team. Holding. Authentic. Number 95 on the